How much does your state rely on property tax? Property tax collections as a percent of total share in local tax collections fiscal year 2018. I want to dive into this from the Tax Foundation. Property taxes, it's a tough one, man. It's because that you can't get away from it. If you own property, you're paying tax. If you rent property, you're paying the property tax because you're paying it via the rent. And the more the property tax, the more you pay. There's no other way around that. And if you're not taking, I don't know what's going to happen with freaking Sniffy Joe's tax plan. But as we sit here today, the vast majority of us don't itemize. And as such, you're not getting a deduction on your property tax, state and local taxes. So that is a big expense. It is a big expense. So one of the ways to reduce the expense, frankly, is just have a less valuable house. All right, you can still have a nice 3-bed, 2-bath ranch. You know what I'm saying? Out some in a more ex-urban, if not rural area, for sure, as opposed to the big good time rock roll fancy schmancy mansion. That will reduce your property taxes. You can live in a different county because remember, property taxes are contingent on the county, not the state. I mean, the state, yes, but the county. New Jersey is going to get you. New Hampshire is going to get you. Georgia depends on what county. Virginia depends on what county. If you live in Richmond, I don't know what is that, Albemarle? No, that's Charlottesville. But anyway, if you live in Arlington County, you're getting killed property tax. If you live in Rockham County, you're just not. It's a big difference on what county you live in. So let's take a look for the state as a whole. And the pink is the highest, right? Yeah. So the pink. Let's see what we got here. So Texas relies on property taxes. Number 2. Where's number 1? New Hampshire's number 1. Gotcha. So New Hampshire relies most heavily on property taxes, which makes sense because they have no state sales tax or no income tax. So they're going to get you on the property tax. And the way, again, to reduce that is to live in a smaller home, a less valuable home, you know what I'm saying, that does a job. But New Hampshire's number 1 there. Alaska's number 2. All right, so that relies number 2 on property tax. I think number 3 is New Jersey. Yeah, number 3 is New Jersey. So, but look at that. New Hampshire, 63.8% of the total collections, state tax and local collections come from property tax. That means they hardly tax on anything else, which is kind of favorable. New Jersey, 45%, and Alaska, 45% come from property taxes. But unlike Alaska, New Jersey taxes every which way to Sunday. Wyoming is another very tax-favorable state, but 40% of it comes from property tax. Nevada, 22% comes from property tax. So they must have a pretty high sales tax. So property tax, low, income tax is none. Nevada's pretty attractive to me, man. I'm not moving out there, but I like it. South Dakota, 12% comes from property tax. I remember that, or number 12 in property tax, because 36% comes from it. I remember that when I was out there. I was like, man, it ain't cheap in South Dakota, property tax wise. Illinois, 38% comes. So Illinois, New Jersey, and New York, man. But look, Illinois and New Jersey in the top 10. And yet they have high income tax, high property tax. They get you in sales tax. If memory serves, New Jersey sales tax wasn't that high before. I think it's higher now, simply because they reduced the estate tax. I can't remember. But anyway, and Florida with no income tax, they're number 15 in property tax. Georgia's right smack in the middle. But again, it's your county, really. So basically all the states with little, look, Nevada's just interesting to me. Look at that. Number 41, only 22% of Nevada is property tax. And they got no state income tax. So where's their money coming from? Let's see what the sales tax is. Let's go over to Nevada. I want to see, let's get out of this. So this is from the Cato Institute. And we're going to look at Nevada as the number 5th for overall freedom. Let's look at, what would this fall under? Got to be sales tax. Final cut, regulatory, minor taxes. Where are they getting all their money from? It's got to be sales. So let's look at fiscal. Is that it? Fiscal freedom. Fiscal policy has worsened since, right. We got anything on sales tax? Let me just do a find here. Sales. Okay, disregard sales. Yeah, use the proceeds to trim sales and miscellaneous minor taxes. And let's just see real quick. Let me pause. Tax Foundation, Nevada is number 13 in state sales tax, but that's given that they have Nevada has no income tax, right? So given that they have no income tax, minimal property taxes. Yeah, look at that, number 41, man. That's so other than state sales tax, and if you're up here, where's Lake Tahoe? Up here someplace, you can just slide on over to Oregon. Man, Nevada looks good. I mean, I'm not moving there, but I'm just saying, if you live in one of these, what happened? If you live in one of these places out here, man, you got to be looking at Nevada. Oh, that's nuts. All right, so let's keep looking. That's fantastic. So no state income tax, low property tax relative to their overall collection. It's because of casinos, right? I mean, they're getting all that stuff on the casinos and tourism. That's, man, good stuff. All right, so New Hampshire and Alaska relied most heavily on property taxes. And of course, Texas is number 4 because they got no state income tax, but they do have a pretty significant sales tax, if memory serves. Yeah, number 14. So high property tax, relatively high sales tax, and no income tax. I tell you, man, I love Texas, don't get me wrong. But in of itself, it's not the tax-free place everyone thinks it is, just because it has no state income tax. That's wonderful, but there's more to the picture. Yeah, so here's Maine, number 42 in terms of sales tax, and then Maine was number 7 in terms of property tax. Yeah. All right, so let's keep going. Let's see. Neither has individual income taxes in New Hampshire or Alaska, and in New Hampshire, significant government authority often vested in the state government is devolved to the local level, where services are overwhelmingly funded by property tax, which means you have more of a say in it. Alaska, interestingly, is the only state in which not all local jurisdictions impose property taxes, but substantial revenue is generated from the tax of property of oil and gas producers. Delaware and Alabama land at the other end of the spectrum, raising the smallest portion of their state and local tax revenue through property taxes. Yeah, see? So here's Delaware right there. Yeah, man. Okay, is that... Does it tell us? I can't see that. Hold on a sec. Let's, I tell you, Sniffy Joe's state is actually quite favorable. So there, I can't see what that is. Is that the lowest? Does it give us a chance to look at this by the list here? I can't tell. Let's keep looking here. Yeah, I can't tell. All right. So anyway, so Delaware. Where was that? Property taxes. Let's see. Delaware and Alabama land at the other end of the spectrum, raising the smallest portion of the state and local tax revenue. So Delaware and Alabama, 16.8, 16.9% respectively. Delaware, when it comes to Delaware, doesn't have a sales tax, and they got low property tax. Where are they getting their money from? 5. Okay. No state. Let's see. Utah, we're still okay. All right. What has no sales tax? Does it tell us here? Look at that. I mean, it looks like Delaware has no sales tax. It's nuts. Yeah, right here. Let's check it. Delaware, no state sales tax and low property tax. Man, I was talking to a guy yesterday from Delaware. He's like, do I need to move? I said, I don't think so, man. When property taxes are often unpopular with taxpayers, but tend to be favored by public finance scholars because they're more transparent than most. Exactly. People often have a greater sense of what they pay in property taxes each year than they do for income taxes, which are typically withheld. Right on. Let alone sales taxes, which are paid in bits and pieces over the year. Let's just go back to sales tax. What are the ones that don't have a sales tax? Let's take a look here. We got Montana, Oregon, New Hampshire, Delaware, right? Is that 4? 4 states with no sales tax. All right, so let's look at Montana and Oregon. Oregon has middling property tax. Montana's got high property tax relative to where they get their money from. Huh. I mean, I got to tell you, man, Delaware and Nevada might be the top places. I mean, look at that. From tax perspective, not much in property taxes. Delaware has no state sales tax. Nevada sales tax looked like it was relatively low. I mean, it's middling, but yeah, it's low. No, that's property tax. Excuse me. What does it do that? The state sales tax is not low, but that's it. I mean, still 8.23, and there's no income tax, low property tax. That's pretty interesting to me. Anyway, I'll leave this for you guys to look at. Let's look at Delaware again, man. I could join Sniffy Joe up there in Delaware. I say, Sniffy, I love you. I love you, Sniffy. Remember me? Let's take a look. Number 43 for overall freedom. It's got to be because guns. Let's take a look at. They have personal freedom on here. They rank quite low in personal freedom. 9.1% of people moved to Delaware in the last 16 years. Crazy. Moving from Pennsylvania, that's what happens. Where they put firearms restrictions? Eliminate or significantly limit civil asset forfeiture. I love it. All these liberal states have high civil asset forfeiture. That's crazy, man. Consistent with reform trends across the country aimed at protecting the individual private property rights of innocent people prior to conviction. Yeah, you think? They got firearms on here? They got guns right there. Ooh, Delaware's not keen on guns. Number 42 on guns. Yeah, don't like that. What's New Hampshire on guns? Let's take a gander, shall we? Go home. Go to New Hampshire. New Hampshire. Let's go to guns. They drop. Look at what the hell, man. That's 2000. All right, so it only goes to 2016. So they are number 11 on guns, where they used to be, number 2, number 5. They've been steadily dropping. What's up with that? That's not good. Let's go to Nevada on guns. I bet Nevada's good on firearms. I mean, because it's a western state, right? Good on personal freedom. All right, that's good. Good on firearms. Number 27. Damn, dudes. What the? Yeesh. I'm just curious. Is Massachusetts the worst on firearms? Let's take a gander. Look at a big up right there. That's weird. One from 25 to 13. Man, for overall freedom, went from 25 to 13. What happened in 2011? Was that when the Republicans took over the legislature? I don't think they had a Republican governor then, did they? I bet they're evil on guns. Let's take a look. Yeah, number 48 on guns. Crazy, man. Massachusetts has long had a better economic policy regime than one would expect, given a strong left-of-center electorate, and one of the better electorates on personal freedom, and particularly for criminal justice. It suffers from an onerous regulatory system and some relative decline on personal freedom that has harmed its overall ranking. Yeah. All right, lastly, let's go to the great state of Maine on guns. Guns! Guns! All right, take a look. Oof. Overall freedom, 39. But let's see what it looks like on firearms. They got to be high on. Yeah, number 10 on guns, right on. So here we had until my man LePage came in, and then he said, no, get rid of lots of guns regulations. Not main print version. That's pretty cool. That's sweet. Victimless crimes. Ooh, look at that way down here. Then. All right. Anyway, that's pretty interesting. Let's go how this is calculated. The following list indicates the weighting of the relevant variables that led to rankings of states on this website. For these, see the book Freedom of the 50 States, which may be downloaded here. You can apply your own weight and variables here. Ooh, I like that. Local tax. What was the dates on this? Hold on a second. So campaign finance. All right, so here's how they got the weights. Marijuana. So this is pretty cool. You can, let's do this, man. So let's apply our own variables here. All right, so fiscal freedom. So personal freedom. Let's click on this. And I don't care about, I do care about education freedom. What happens when I click on this? Okay, that's their weighting. So I can, all right, I don't feel like doing all that. Wow, that's pretty cool though. So for me, you know what we're going to do? Watch this. Check this out. What we're going to do is we're going to go to personal freedom, and we're going to look at firearms, and we're going to make that gun rights. We're going to make that weight numeric values only. Initial permit cost in $2,006. Let's make that. No, okay, wait a second. Oh, was training or testing requirement for carry permit? Yeah, I can't figure all that out. I'm just gonna have to let them do it. But anyway, so you can calculate your own freedom index if you want. That's way cool, man. Let's just real quick. I wanted to go to home, and I saw. Where was it? Personalize. Yeah, print. Get the data. We encourage you to download. Oh, cool. We encourage you to download the data to create customized indices of freedom to use for other research projects. Right. But how about? Yeah, let's do this about the methodology. Okay, the 2018 authors updated their findings to, as of 2016. That's still kind of old, man. Because like someone was saying in Maine, they have mandatory vaccines now, which I don't like that at all. You don't have a personal exemption from vaccines, so personal freedom. Even though there's a number one place, well, you don't have personal freedom now because they mandated vaccines. So if we go to health insurance, alcohol hazard from gambling, tobacco, occupational, incarceration, cable travel, miss. All right. Yeah. All right. Anyway, there you go. We got off on a tangent, but I like doing this stuff. All right. We'll see you guys.